All right, guys, we have Mike in the house, and he has a very fun, high-intensity workout with you.
Yes. So this is really a travel video. I'm trying to introduce, if you're at a hotel gym and you've only got a couple pieces of equipment, how can you get a little movement going? What I'm going to show you is a handful of exercises you can use as a circuit training. You could, depending on the amount of time you have in your day, you could do 3 rounds, 10 rounds, something like that. So I really want to show you everything that'll just get your whole body flowing. And I will start with a couple of pressing exercises. So I'll show you about 3 or 4 different pressing exercises, okay? So mainly for our shoulders. First thing we got, it could just be, like I have 15 pounds. We have a strict standing press. So strict standing. If that is still too easy, start to go lower. It could be from the knees, pressing from here. If that's still a little too easy, you can do a Z press or like an L sit where I'm really having to pull in my core, keep my legs nice and tight, and now I'm pressing overhead from a seated position. So these types of things just make it a little bit harder than when you're standing up, okay? So that's 3 different types of pressing. Similarly, I can also add in a little bit of leg work. So for instance, I could do just a front rack squat, or I can make it even more complex and do a thruster. Front squat into a press. Front squat and press. So doubling up the movements. Same thing with this, I could do a split squat. If I really want a leg workout, I can carry the weights at my waist. I can carry them up top. For more effect, you could carry them overhead and really work the core. So different ways to play around with those dumbbells with your squats. Another great one is just pulling. How do I pull something from the ground? A couple ways to do it. From a standing position, we have something called a dumbbell clean. Get to a nice squat stance and just accelerate to your shoulders. Really a hip exercise, aggressively extending the hips. Also, you can try one arm snatch with a dumbbell. Same thing, aggressively extending the hips and the arm follows. Another harder one is to, from a plank position, pull with either a renegade row or just a bent over, a row technique. And with this, you can even add in push-ups as well. Push-up, row, push-up, row. So now you're working your back and your chest at the same time. So what have I left out? What if you also have a medicine ball? And a couple things I could do. I could work on a rotational chop, low to high. I could also work on uneven push-ups. Something like this. I could work on core work. So what I'm doing is just really introducing several different movements that just keeps you moving. Let me catch my breath, but I've probably introduced, even just in a short amount of time, about 10 different movements. You could say do 10 to 15 reps of each movement. Do 4 to 5 different movements for 3 to 6 rounds, depending on how much time you have. Maybe you just give yourself 15 minutes and call it a day. As you can tell, I'm already breathing a little harder just from talking and working out with you. Anyway, I just want to spread these tips around. If all you have is some lightweight dumbbells and maybe a medicine ball, just give you a handful of tips and exercises to try out. Okay?
All right. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.